Exodus 36. Bezalel and Aholiab must do the work just as the Lord has commanded. So must every skilled worker to whom the Lord has given skill and ability. They must know how to do all the work for every purpose connected with the sacred tent, and that includes setting it up. Then Moses sent for Bezalel and Aholiab. He sent for every skilled worker to whom the Lord had given ability and who wanted to come and do the work. They received from Moses all of the offerings the people of Israel had brought. They had brought the offerings for all of the work for every purpose connected with the holy tent. That included setting it up. The people kept bringing the offerings they chose to give. They brought them morning after morning. So all of the skilled workers who were working on the holy tent stopped what they were doing. They said to Moses, "The people are bringing more than enough for doing the work the Lord commanded us to do." Then Moses gave an order. A message was sent through the whole camp. It said, "No man or woman should make anything less and offer it for the holy tent. Anything else and offer it for the holy tent." And so the people were kept from bringing more offerings. There was already more than enough to do all the work. The holy tent. All of the skilled workers made the holy tent. They made 10 curtains out of finely twisted linen. They made them with blue, purple, and bright red yarn. A skilled worker sewed cherubim into the pattern. All of the curtains were the same size. They were 42 feet long and 6 feet wide. The workers joined 5 of the curtains together. They did the same thing with the other 5. Then they made loops out of blue strips of cloth along the edge of the end curtain in one set. They did the same thing with the end curtain in the other set. They also made 50 loops on the end curtain of the one set. They did the same thing on the end curtain of the other set. They put the loops across from each other. Then they made 50 gold hooks. They used them to join the curtains together so that the holy tent was all one piece. The workers made a tent of 11 curtains out of goat hair to put over the holy tent. All 11 curtains were the same size. They were 45 feet long and 6 feet wide. The workers joined 5 of the curtains together into one set. They did the same thing with the other 6. Then they made 50 loops along the edge of the end curtain in one set. They did the same thing with the other set. They made 50 bronze hooks. They used them to join the tent together all in one piece. They made a covering for the tent. They made it out of ram skins that were dyed red. They put a covering of the hides of sea cows over that. The workers made frames out of acacia wood for the holy tent. Each frame was 15 feet long and 2 feet 3 inches wide. The workers added 2 small wooden pins to each frame. The pins stuck out so that they were even with each other. The workers made all of the frames of the holy tent in the same way. They made 20 frames for the south side of the holy tent, and they made 40 silver bases to go under them. They made 2 bases for each frame. They put one under each pin that stuck out. For the north side of the holy tent, they made 20 frames and 40 silver bases. They put 2 bases under each frame. The workers made 6 frames for the west end of the holy tent. They made 2 frames for the corners of the holy tent at the far end. At those 2 corners, the frames were double from top to bottom. They were fitted into a single ring. The workers made both of them the same, so they were 8 frames and 16 silver bases. There were 2 bases under each frame. The workers also made crossbars out of acacia wood. They made 5 for the frames on one side of the holy tent, and they made 5 for the frames on the other side, and they made 5 for the frames on the west, at the far end of the holy tent. The center crossbar reached from end to end at the middle of the frames. They covered the frames with gold. They made gold rings to hold the crossbars. They also covered the crossbars with gold. They made the curtain out of blue, purple, and bright red yarn and finely twisted linen. A skilled worker sewed cherubim into the pattern. The workers made 4 posts out of acacia wood for the curtain. They covered the posts with gold. They made gold hooks and 4 silver bases for the posts. For the entrance to the tent, the workers made a curtain out of blue, purple, and bright red yarn and finely twisted linen. A person who sewed skillfully made it. The workers made 5 posts for the hooks for the curtains. They covered the tops of the posts and their bands with gold, and they made 5 bronze bases for them.